Hey everybody, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. I am doing a video today because I keep getting these messages. So a recession's coming, either way we go about it, but how can you profit? What are the 3 things going up in the next recession and how can you use them to your advantage? So these are the 3 things I've noticed from the last recession, and also when economy gets tight, marriage will go up. Why will marriage go up? You have a lot more people coming out of college going, hey, I don't want to live with my parents. Also, this relationship's great. We can go take a new job in a new city together. Marriage rates out of college students are going up. That's for blacks, that's for whites, that's for Asians and Latinos. Also, people will not get divorced. They can't afford to. They won't get divorced. They can't afford to live alone. These things will happen. Okay, number 2, cohabitation. Why will cohabitation go up? I mean, you read countless articles of girls living with some guy she doesn't even like because she couldn't afford rent on her own in these major cities. And the article was kind of silly to me because the girl was complaining and the guy was nothing but nice, but clearly she was there for financial reasons. Also, you'll have more group situations because people won't want to live at home with their parents. I mean, if you're 35, you're just like, ugh, I will never get out of here. Or if you're 27 and all your friends are living a great life and you're like, I just can't afford it. I only make $2,000 a month. You're either gonna somehow go live with a group of friends or you're gonna cohabitate with a girlfriend. That's happened in high rates. Okay, 3, house hacking. This is a very old tactic before it even was called house hacking. So let's say you have one of your friends, you graduate from college, you move to a town like Raleigh, Austin, Texas, or around the edges like Round Rock, Nashville, Tennessee, Denver, and the rents are crazy. They're absolutely crazy. Raleigh's a little bit less, Nashville's reasonable, some places. But let's say one of you gets a house and you have a 3-bedroom house, 2 bath, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna rent the other 2 rooms out. It just is what it is. Now, the way you go about that, how long you do that, some people do it for a year, 2 years. Some people have limits on it. Some people are gonna do it as long as they can get the mortgage down a little bit or as long as they can pay the rent down some, pay their student loan debts down, which is great. Okay, so 4 ways I'm gonna tackle this, right? 4 ways. As a college student, if you get married, you get married. Hey, I'm all about it. If you're cohabitating with a girlfriend or boyfriend, I don't think that's their best bet. Your choice, free America. I just find that a lot of the statistics on cohabitations are pretty terrible because the people aren't really committed. They're kind of halfway in, halfway out. They find a better deal, they roll out, okay? House hacking may work for you as a college student. I remember moving to East Carolina, Greenville, North Carolina for ECU, and I had friends who bought these little $30,000 duplexes and lived in them the whole 4 years of college, renting them out. By the time they moved, they were paid off. They were absolutely paid off by their friends and by them. So that's one way some college students, and I know if you're in Idaho, Indiana, some of these smaller nowhere town colleges where it's a party town, but you love it, you can get a house from $30,000 to $50,000. It may not be in the most awesome neighborhood, but it may be close to college and you can rent all the rooms out. Keeps it simple. All right, young couple. There's gonna be a lot of deals before our recession on houses and loans. Right now, there's so many USDA, 100%, no financing, no closing costs, loans going out there. It's crazy. Now you might live farther out, but it will save you some money because you're a couple, okay? Now, you can go other ways. I know some young couples who have friends stay with them for 1 or 2 years in the first part of their marriage. That's real tough. But if you do it, it does save you some money. It's another house hacking tactic. As a landlord, you're gonna encounter, I promise you, you're gonna encounter multiple situations where you drive past the house you're leasing out to people and there's 5 cars, there's 6 cars. I mean, it's ridiculous. You're like, I rented to 2 people. Why are there 6 cars there? So I would say your best bet is as long as it's manageable and you can kind of get people to fill out who's there, like, hey, we just wanted to keep track of who's there for safety, an emergency, if a fire happens, it's just for the insurance purposes. Whatever you can do to get them to let you know is the best. Also, if they have dogs, just go from the angle of, hey, we heard you have dogs and extra people there. We don't want to find you or charge you more. Can we just kind of get an ideal who's there, okay? Also, be nice to the neighbors besides your rental property because sometimes little old people love telling you who's there, okay? So, but get used to that. And the landlords, you can house hack too by Airbnb some of your properties out. If you put a lot into an investment in a property and you're like, man, I put granite countertops in there, I put backsplashes, I'm not just gonna lease it for nothing. You can do a lot of Airbnb. Now also think about it, if you're a landlord, if you really put some work in that property, you're gonna get a young married couple. and they might stay for 2, 3, 4 years. Just never know. The average job span is like 2.5 years. And then people have to change jobs. So you may get tenants for 2, 3, 4 years. If you're lucky, if it's higher quality, because people can come to a place and realize if it's cheap, crappy quality. They totally know. 4, Airbnb. It applies to all these. If you're cohabitating, if you're house hacking, if you have extra rooms in a house, if you're gonna be traveling a lot, if you're a college student, whatever, you could Airbnb your place out as much as possible. If you have a small condo from college and you just wanna Airbnb it out for $90 a night, like in Las Vegas, that seems to work really well for a lot of people. So these are some of the things that are gonna go up during the next recession, and I hope you're prepared to either take advantage of them or take the next step. Do you need a house that you can rent out to friends because it's just absolutely cheaper? Your mortgage is gonna be $1,200. A 1-bedroom apartment downtown is $1,500. You know, and you can rent the other 2, 3 rooms out. It depends on how you look at it. I know a lot of group of friends that go in together on on houses, and it saved them all some money in the end, in the long term, and it created an investment property. So this is Erica, Classy Climb Blog. You guys have a good day.